I'm less than 2 weeks out from my wedding and my guests are f***ing me off. I had so many warnings and I didn't believe any of them about people said, you know, you're going to get last minute dropouts, people are going to let you down, you're going to get no shows on the day. I was like, no, don't be silly, like we're travelling for our wedding, it's over an hour and a half away, people are committed to staying in rooms and all these different stuff, like people aren't going to do that. In the last 2 weeks, I've had 4 people drop out. And they're like, oh, by the way, I'm not coming now, so I'm not paying for my room. Hun, we're 3 weeks out. You knew we had to give final numbers by 12 weeks, and if you dropped out, the bill falls on us. If you think I'm paying for your room because you can't turn up, you can think again. Oh my lord, I hate people. I have done everything my end in the build up to this wedding. I'm going into these last 2 weeks supposedly stress-free. Like, everything's done, all our DIY's done, all our, my final fittings, everything. This week and next week I've got all of my appointments in the build up to the big day, and I'm feeling so chilled about my prep. Everything's in place, I'm ready to go. The only thing through my f***ing herding that I'm dealing with now is last minute guests thinking they can just drop out and they don't have to pay for things. I paid enough for you to be a guest. If you now decide you're not coming, you're still paying for your room. Because I will send you the invoice in the post. If you think I'm paying for it, you can think again. And I just think it's point blank rude. Don't commit to saying you're going to go as a guest if the week before you're then going to drop out. I literally get married next weekend. Next weekend, less than 2 weeks away. And people are like, oh yeah, by the way, can you take me off the room? No, I can't. I'm not running around chasing things for you because you're too lazy to do yourself, or because you committed to something and now you've decided you can't afford it when you're out every weekend drinking. Don't give me that bullshit. I don't want to hear it. You committed to your room, you're staying in your room. If you don't stay in your room, you're paying for your room. End of story. Any brides in 2025 and 2026, prepare to be let down last minute because you are going to be. I didn't believe people when they said it. My God, my blood's boiling. Amen to this message. I'm so glad someone gets it. Some of the comments on the original video are absolutely wild. Apparently, booking your own wedding is humbling. I shouldn't expect so much of other people. Personally, my opinion is if you say yes, you're going to go to someone's wedding, you don't drop out 7 to 14 days before with bullshit excuses and reasons as to why you can't go, because you respect that your family member or your friend has paid a lot of money for you to be able to be there, not just in terms of your seat and your food, but everything else that comes with it, your drinks package, your canopies, your table decorations that are all personalised to you, the table plan. I've had to spend 3 hours of my life yesterday redoing my table plan, my food orders and my rooms and where everyone's sleeping. I've had to resend off my table plan to be printed out and pay for that all over again. And now this evening, with another coffee to keep me going, because I also run a business, I've been doing that all day, I'm now about to remake all of the DIY, do my new table plan, do all the place names for our evening guests that we bumped up to day guests to replace them, just so that we didn't lose out on that cost of the people we paid for who, quite frankly, couldn't turn up and didn't have the decency to give us enough notice to replace them. Thankfully, we had quite a load of night guests that we wanted to invite in the day, but we couldn't because our budget didn't allow us. And they're now able to come in the day, which is really lovely. And I know it's not going to bother me on the day. I know I won't care on the day. But I am allowed to be annoyed now because weddings do cost a lot of money. And I did think more of our friends and family. And I did think that they would have actually turned up. But as everyone likes to remind me, when you plan a wedding, you learn who your true friends and family are. And that we most definitely have.
I so agree. I've never been married, not even engaged. And I so agree. I think it's so rude. You know, Bridezilla, very standard. She's valid to feel like that. I would be livid. I know because we went to my cousin's wedding in America, they spent thousands and thousands and thousands of pounds on champagne, seafood. You know, didn't have to, but they did it because, you know, they love everyone, they want to celebrate their love. And, you know, literally the wedding was the best thing ever. I felt like a celebrity. And, you know, it's the day of love, it's the day about you two, and you want all your friends, all your family there to celebrate. You know, you've been involved in our life, we want you to be celebrating our new life. That's a lovely thing to do. Here, let you put £15,000 on the table for you to have free drinks and coffee and food. You have to pay, what, £150? £150 for a room. Would you rather spend £15,000 for all the packages of the wedding, or just spend £150 on a room? Because I know what I would choose. I think it's so rude, it's so nasty and mean, and you're not a true friend. And Don't get me wrong, there'll be things of like, sorry, my mum's dropped, she's in hospital. Sorry, my wife's giving birth and labour, can't make it to your wedding. Situations like that are so valid. I'm sure she would be very understanding about that. But it's like, sorry, just can't afford to come. Sorry, can't afford the room. Sorry, I don't know how I'm going to get to the wedding. When you've had probably over a year to plan it. You know, I'm sure if she spoke to her, like, do you mind if you could speak to one of your guests, if I could pop along in their cars or something, and I'm sure she would be like, yeah, it's absolutely fine. I think it's just so rude, and I think, you know, I do not blame her at all for feeling like that. It's just really frustrating, isn't it? Because it is stressful planning a wedding. I've never done it, but I just know it's stressful. I know my sister was planning her wedding, and although she didn't get married in the end, but I just could tell like how stressed she was, like the dresses and the fittings and bridesmaids, you don't want falling outs and whatever. So it is stressful, but you can at least have the decency to be a bit like, oh yeah, I'll turn up. I don't know, I just think personally it's so rude and so mean and really unnecessary, and I hope that she has told them very clear and straight, and the guests can't, or the old guests can't be annoyed at her. No, you can't be angry with me, you can't like moan about me on social media. She has every right to. Okay, maybe not social media, but if her blood is boiling, you know, and she's running a business and she's paid so much money, like thousands of pounds, for you to be there, and you can't even be to even turn up. I'm sorry, but I'm on her side. I think it's really rude.
Thanks for watching StoryTrender. Don't forget to like and follow.